Hello guys, this is Sir Mars and you are watching Lectures ni Sir Mars. So in this video, what we are going to discuss is the force vector directed along a line. So may mga times guys na gusto nating kunin yung Cartesian vector form ng isang force pero hindi binigay yung angle. So sa nakaraan kasi ng mga video guys no, ay ibinibigay yung mga angle nung ating 3-dimensional na force. So, ngayon, yung ating force dito is walang angle na binigay. Yung binigay lamang is yung magnitude ng force. Tapos, binigay din yung points kung saan nag-a-act yung line of action ng ating force. So, quite often in 3-dimensional statics problems, the direction of a force is specified by 2 points through which its line of action passes. Such a situation is shown in the figure where the force F is directed along the chord AB. So, ayun. So, yung usual na problem dito guys sa figure na to is gusto nating makuha yung ating Cartesian vector na form ni force F. No? Usually, yung binibigay lang dito is the magnitude ni force F. Tapos, walang binigay na angle. Ang binigay lamang is yung ating point A at saka point B because dito dumadaan yung ating force F. Okay? So, ang gagawin lamang natin dito is kakailangan natin gamitin yung position vector kasi alam naman natin na yung ating force F dito has the same direction with the position vector. We can formulate the force F na Cartesian vector by realizing that it has the same direction and sense as the position vector R directed from point A to point B on the chord. This common direction is specified by the unit vector U equal to vector R over the magnitude of the R. Okay? So, ibig sabihin guys so kapag mayroong problem na ganito na yung gusto nating makuha yung ating force F as a Cartesian vector pero magnitude lang yung binigay, tapos walang binigay na angle kundi yung binigay ay mga points na dadaanan ng ating force, then we will have to use the unit vector ng ating position vector. So, ganito yung ating maging formula guys. The vector F is equals to the magnitude of F multiplied by the unit vector. So, again, no, yung may color orange na symbol, yun yung ating mga vector form, Cartesian vector form, and yung white is the magnitude or scalar to na form. Okay? So, ayun na nga guys, no. So, since gagamitin natin dito sa unit vector is yung sa position vector, then ito na yung ating magiging formula. The vector F is equal to the magnitude of F multiplied by the vector R divided by the magnitude of R. So, ito na yung ating guys magiging formula para sa pag-compute ng ating force F as a Cartesian vector. Okay, so let us solve this example problem number 1. The man shown in the figure pulls on the cord with a force of 70 pounds. Represent this force acting on the support A as a Cartesian vector and determine its direction. Okay, so ang dali lang nitong problem guys. Let us solve this one. Okay, so i-solve natin guys, no? So ang sabi sa problem, no, meron daw man. So itong naka-yellow na man ay nagpo-pull siya sa cord na nakasabit sa may... So, ibig sabihin, yung ating force dito ay itong force na ito. So, ito na nga guys yung force nung man and according to the problem, ito nga daw ay 70 pounds na magnitude. Okay? So, ngayon, no, ang kailangan lamang natin is i-represent itong force na to as a Cartesian vector. So, we have to represent the force acting on the support A as a Cartesian vector and we will determine its direction. So, ibig sabihin guys, ang kailangan lamang natin dito is the force F in Cartesian vector na form and the direction. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabing direction yung tinatanong, we are talking about alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, so para ma-solve natin guys yung ating problem, so again, yung una natin tinatanong is we have to get the Cartesian vector na form ng ating force. So, yung ating gagamitin na formula, katulad nung discuss natin kanina, is that the vector form F is equal to the magnitude of F multiplied by the unit vector. Okay, so binigay na guys yung ating magnitude ni F, that is equal to 70 pounds. So, yung ating nalang problema is the unit vector. So, take note na yung ating force na 70 pounds ay nag-a-act siya sa same na direction nung chord, which is yung ating chord nga ay nag-a-act from point A hanggang point B. So, ibig sabihin guys, no, yung ating magiging unit vector dito, i-base natin siya sa ating position vector sa AB. So, the position vector AB divided by the magnitude nung position vector na ito. So, para ma-solve natin to guys, no, kailangan muna natin ng ating coordinates ng A at saka ng B. Okay? So, para kay A, maglagay tayo dito ng ating coordinates. Ilalagay ko lang dito sa may malapit sa point. So, para sa A, ang ating coordinate x ay 0. Yung ating y is also 0 and the z is 30. Then, para naman kay B, yung ating coordinate dito ay positive 12, negative 8 kasi papunta siyang left, and then positive 6. So, yan na guys yung ating mga coordinates, point A and point B. Okay, so ngayon, masolve na natin guys yung ating position vector AB. So, para sa ating mga position vector AB, take note no, from point A, sa point A tayo magsisimula, papuntang point B. So, our formula will be XB minus XA, then I, plus YB minus YA, then J, then plus ZB minus ZA, then K. So, bali guys, isolve natin itong ating position vector. XB natin is yung 12. So, 12 minus 0, XA, then I, plus YB natin dito is negative 8. Coordinate ito guys, no? Y coordinate ng ating point B. Minus 0 pa din, Y coordinate ni point A. Then J, plus Z sub B natin ay 6 minus 30 pa naman para sa Z sub A. So, K. So, this is equal to 12I minus 8J, then minus 24K. So, ayun. So, ito na nga guys yung ating position vector from point A to point B. So, take note, yung ating unit nito is in feet, no? Kasi ito is a position vector. Okay? So, ngayon, kunin natin yung kanyang magnitude. So, the magnitude of the position vector AB is equal to square root of 12 squared plus 8 squared plus 24 squared. So, bali guys, the magnitude of the position vector AB is equal to 28.00 and this is in feet. So, ayun, so makukuha na natin guys yung ating unit vector, no? Kasi nga, yung ating unit vector is again equal to the position vector AB divided by the magnitude of the position vector. So, bali, the unit vector is equal to the position vector 12I minus 8J minus 24K, then divided by the magnitude which is 28.0. So, makukuha natin dito yung ating unit vector nga ulit, and this is equal to ito na lang, 12 over 28, then I minus 8 over 28, then J minus 24 over 28, then K. So, yan na nga guys yung ating unit vector. So, ayun. So, ngayon na nakuha natin yung ating unit vector, di madali na lang natin makakompute yung ating force because sabi nga natin, the force F nga is equal to the magnitude of force F multiplied by the unit vectors. Okay? So, sabi natin guys, no, the force F is equal to the magnitude of F, which is 70 pounds. So, 70 pounds. Then, multiplied by the unit vector. So, yung ating unit vector dito ay eto. Okay, so ito yung ating unit vector. Take note guys, no, yung ating unit vector dito ay unitless. Wala siyang unit. Kasi take note, yung ating position vector na nandito ay naka-feet, tapos naka-feet din naman yung ating magnitude. So, ibig sabihin, magiging unitless na yung ating unit vector. Okay? So, ngayon guys, no, i-compute natin yung ating force F. So, our force F will be equal to 30I minus 20J minus 60K. So, ayun. So, ito na guys yung ating force F in Cartesian vector na form at ang ating unit nito is in pounds. So, madali na lang guys yung pag-solve nga yung ating force kapag binigay yung points kung saan mag-a-act nga yung ating force. So, yun na nga guys, no, yung ating sagot sa unang tanong, which is yung force to represent the force as a Cartesian vector. So, okay na tayo ditong una. So, dito naman tayo sa direction. Kasi ang sabi sa problem, we have to determine its direction. So, ibig sabihin, we will have to get the values of alpha, of beta, and of gamma. Okay? So, let us solve that, guys. No? So, take note na yung ating force has the same direction as the position vector. So, yun kasi yung pinagbasehan natin sa pag-solve kanina. And, kung naalala nyo, nakuha na natin guys yung ating position vector, ito na nga yun. And nakuha na din natin yung ating magnitude ng position vector at ang ginawa natin is kinuha natin yung ating unit vector. Sabi natin na yung ating force ay pareho ng direction kay position vector. Kung naalala nyo, yung ating unit vector, yung coefficient ni I, yun na mismo yung ating value ng cosine of alpha. Then yung coefficient ni J, yan na yung ating value ng cosine of beta. And yung coefficient ni K, yan na yung ating value ng cosine gamma. So gagamitin natin guys lamang yung ating unit vector kasi dyan na magagaling yung ating mga direction cosines, okay? So, ayun. So, isulat lamang natin dito yung ating unit vector kasi dito na natin isosolve yung ating direction cosines. So, bali guys, cosine alpha natin ulit is the coefficient of I. So, this is equal to 12 over 28. And then yung ating cosine beta is equal to the coefficient of j, which is negative 8 over 28. And the cosine gamma is the coefficient of k, which is negative 24 over 28. So, makukuha natin dito si alpha, si beta, at saka si gamma. So, bali guys, si alpha natin dito is 64.62 degrees. Yung ating beta dito is 106.60 degrees. And yung ating gamma is 149.00 degrees. So, ayun guys, no? So, ito na nga yung ating mga direction angles. Okay, so para maintindihan natin guys, yung ating mga direction angles na sinolve natin, no? Take note na itong mga angles na to are the angles from the force papuntang x, y, at saka z axis, no? Pero dun siya sa may local axis. So, take note kasi yung ating ngayong start ng ating force ay hindi na nasa origin, kundi nasa point A na. So, ang gawin natin guys is ganito, no? Mula sa point A, gumawa tayo ng ating parallel to x-axis, which is this one. Tapos, gumawa tayo ng parallel to y-axis, which is that one. And gumawa tayo ng z-axis, which is, yan na mismo yung ating z-axis, hindi nagbago kasi yung ating point A ay nasa z. So, ang tinutukoy natin guys dito na alpha is itong angle na to, which is yung ating angle ng ating force with respect to its local x prime axis. Tawag natin to as x prime axis. Ito ay y prime axis. Tapos yung ating beta is mula dito sa ating force papuntang y prime axis. So ito yung ating beta. And then yung ating gamma is itong angle na to papunta sa ating z axis. So that is the gamma. So ayun. So kung napapansin natin dito sa ating drawing, yung ating alpha lamang yung angle na acute. So, ibig sabihin, ito dapat ay less than 90 degrees. Samantalang yung beta at saka yung gamma ay lalampas dapat siya ng 90 degrees. So, that's it guys. I hope naintindihan nyo yung ating solution. So, let us now solve another problem related to the force vector directed along a line. So, isolve natin itong example problem number 2. Sa next video natin to guys isosolve. So, see you in the next video.